Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
In that traffic backup, world's #1 golfer Scottie Scheffler attempted to get into the course to make his tee time and was detained by police after they didn't recognize him. An officer latching onto his car, Scheffler tried to drive into the golf course, police then pulling him out of his car and handcuffing him.
All of these police cars that you're seeing were already there. They have nothing to do with Scheffler. They were a result of another incident that was down the road that occurred and caused police to shut down this road. But this was hours before anybody was scheduled to tee off. Scheffler arriving to the course very early to begin his warm-up process.
As you know, that there was a fatality accident earlier. We're investigating that. And then, quote, some blank tried to run over one of our cops. And he was fairly agitated when he told us.
We played all year with these expectations of back-to-back champ. You know, there was a lot of expectations going in, and I think it really bothered us as a team. And it's one of those things, hey, we're the 10 seed, you know, we're the lowest seed, we're visitors all week, and let's just go have fun.
Results are always nice, right? You want to see results, and as a team, we like the wins, and I'm sure, you know, the fans do too. But there's a process to it, you know.
The final horn sounds, and the 56-win Minnesota Timberwolves. An answer delivered, down 3-2, led by as many as 50.
Yeah, that was, I was really proud of our group. You know, you knew this place was going to be loud, and the way they got off to start the game, they kept their fans really into it.
3 seconds to go, and it is over. The Rangers win. The Rangers win and advance to the Final Four. Wow, what a comeback.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome to the Friday show. Steve Webster, Mike Corson, and Mike Hesher. A very busy show today as we've got a lot of things going on here on the show. We're going to be talking with Brent Biggs again down in Wichita. They just keep winning. They're 2 wins away from reaching the NJCAA World Series. They won yesterday 9-8, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning after they had blown a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 8th inning and then came back and scored 2. They were down to their final strike of the game. Got a base hit to go ahead, and then they hold it up 9-8. They play at Fort today against Johnson County. We'll talk to Sunflower Sports Solutions, Connor Nickel, about state softball and baseball, and Mike Corson going on the prowl today. Mike was at the 5A Regional here in Great Bend yesterday. Lady Panthers win their 4th straight region championship, and he's going to be talking with senior Eliana Beckham and sophomore Reese Bullard. So they part of a team that broke a 32-year-old school record yesterday, so we'll get more of that coming up here in just a little bit. Sounds the past 24 hours or so. That was probably a weird thing. People, what are we listening to here? We got this, we got golf, a guy running over, we've got a fatality accident, then we've got baseball coach, and yeah, that was the sounds of the past 24 hours. And no, you know, we're going to hit on national stories on this, but this still is kind of unfolding right now. That was Will Clark, ABC News, the #1 golfer in the world. He's just trying to get to work. Arrested and charged after trying to get into the PGA Championship in Louisville, Kentucky. This year's Masters champion taken away in handcuffs after he tried to make his way into the golf course Friday morning. Jeff Darlington talking about all the police presence there. Well, there was a fatality accident there, and they were blocking traffic, and they weren't in a very good mood at that time. And then Peter Burns from ESPN telling him what a Louisville police officer said, yeah, some blank tried to run over one of our cops. They drug him out of the car. So there you go. There's our PGA coverage from Louisville, Kentucky today. How about that? You're just trying to get in and play. You know, I got to get in warm up. Yeah, I've got a tee time in a couple hours, man. You're throwing my routine off. Get out of the way.
So he thinks one thing, but he doesn't know there's been a fatality. They're already worked up. They have no idea who he is.
I don't know if I don't know. But probably not.
I read where they did not know who he was when they pulled.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Well, for him, he was some blank that tried to run over one of their guys.
But he didn't know about the other accident.
Okay.
The fatality, I guess.
Well, He's the #1 golfer in the world.
I couldn't pick him out in a lineup.
No.
I'm sure he's in one right about now.
That was vicious.
If you can't feel safe on America's golf courses, where can you feel safe?
Listen, it's a PGA. I've got to get to work. Would you run over an officer just to get down here to get to work, Hesher?
Every day.
No, because you might have to keep the police happy because you'd have to go over after you locked yourself out of the building and the key code broke open, so you had to go to the police station, which was right over here, and get a cup of hot water.
And I still appreciate that, man, because it could have been a long night.
You never did give them their cup back either.
No, I still have the cup. I'm
Okay.
keeping the cup.
Well, you going to take it home, or I'm going to take it home?
Okay, I'll take it home
Okay,
today.
all right, very good. Okay, Brent Biggs. His team just continues to play loose and free. How about the win yesterday, 9-8? I've just got a feeling about this team. It's hard to get to the World Series. There's only 8 teams that do it each year. Barton's only done it one time in school history, and that was in 2018. But the way things are going right now, they're just on a roll. I mean, we'll see what happens today. They play Johnson County, the #1 ranked team in the country right now. They've been in the top 5 all season long, and it's one game. But if you think about what the Cougars have now, if they can get a win today, they'll be 1 win away. And they still have Reese Hemmerling, who is out there, who threw 99 pitches in their opening game. They've still got their ace waiting back there in the hole that they can go to. So today's a huge game.
I was wondering about the turn time, especially after the complete game. Obviously, Madison Bumgarner comes to mind. Hey, man, I know you're going to be sore the next day, but we really need you.
Well, if you had a chance to go to the...
No, that's what I'm saying. I can
I-
guarantee the kid wants to throw.
Well, and, I mean, you've got managers. They know how they feel. I mean, 99 pitches.
At least don't have to throw a complete game. I
No,
bet
but
you
you've
see
got
some
your
time.
ace waiting
Yeah.
back there that you could throw again. So we'll see. That's 4 o'clock today at the Region 6 tournament in Wichita. This is Barton's year.
So you're going to ruin the kid's career just to get to the World Series?
What career? I'm sorry, Reese Hemmerling's really, really good.
Well, I understand that, but
Is he going to be pitching in major leagues?
I have no
I'm
idea.
not saying that's going to
You
be.
never
that
know.
Brent Biggs is going to go out. No, you got to go out and throw 135 today. But it's this stupid pitch count thing again. What did we? Were they trying to? No, don't let Webster throw more pitches because you're going to ruin his career. He won't be able to put up drywall when he gets older because he won't be able to put his hand up over his head.
I'm just trying to make a point.
Okay, I know you were. I just pitch counts. Coaches take care of their guys. They do.
And I trust Coach all the way.
Yes.
He's a good guy.
I trust most coaches. Don't you? I mean, there's a few bad eggs out there probably.
Like librarians and coaches. Some good circles to get in.
That's a strange combination.
Well, and probably if you familiarize yourself with others, it'd be the same. But I have worked in those circles and enjoyed them both.
But you probably yell more in the other one than
the librarians.
Yeah, because they go shh.
Well, that's why I talk so softly.
Yes.
Okay, we got to go. We got 15 minutes.
Oh gosh, yes. Okay, yeah, we got to get going here. Thanks, Hash. Yeah, we've got to get going here. Okay, Barton and Johnson County today. That was Royals pitching coach Brian Sweeney talking about the successful approach that this year's staff has been using. It's not all about the wins and losses. It's how you can't argue with results. Royals open a series against the Oakland Athletics tonight. Talk about a chance to make some hay, right?
The A's had been playing very well to start the season, but they have struggled here, the past 6 or 7 games?
Yeah.
But I think there's a correction coming for the Royals, unfortunately.
I cannot. You are up, and you are you are more unpredictable than the stock market, Hesh. I mean, one day you're up.
Okay,
and
the quick stats, I'll make this quick. They have the highest batting, one of the top 3 highest batting averages with runners on base. They have one of the lowest batting averages when there's nobody on base. And it just cannot continue to go that way. Needless to say, they get no output from their outfield.
And that can't change?
Yeah. We got to go. Now I'm getting worked up.
They've got more wins this year with 5 hits or fewer than they had of all of last year, but it's frightening that they're not getting 5 hits a game.
Sometimes you can't figure these out. You can't figure things out. Why are they happening? Do you think that is a skill or just luck to hit with men in scoring position?
I think it depends. I mean, I think you relax yourself. I think there's a part. I don't know if it's a skill, but there's ability to control your emotions or something of that nature.
Okay, I'd agree with that. I think there's some factor maybe of luck. Just hit the ball, don't strike out. That's the biggest thing. Mark Kester shared the call last night. How stupid of a series is this? Minnesota and the Nuggets.
It has been a strange
The
one.
Timberwolves goes to Denver and wins 2 games and blow them out, and then Denver goes back and does the same thing. Then Denver wins at home, and then 115-70. Why don't they have a run rule or a point rule in bad? They should have a running clock.
Well, this always brings up Mike Corson's fabulous fascination with Game 7.
Yeah, you have to go through 6 weird ones like this to get to the Game 7. That's going to be Sunday. On the final call on ESPN New York, the Rangers defeat the Carolina Hurricanes, set 5-3 in North Carolina to win Game 6 and advance to the Eastern Conference Stanley Cup Finals. Also last night, Vancouver beat Edmonton 3-2. That evens the Western Conference Series at 3 games apiece.
Those were late go-ahead goals by the Rangers. Carolina was in control.
Okay, regional baseball yesterday. TMP beats Ellenwood. It wasn't easy, though, 14-8. And then TMP would go on and defeat Sacred Heart 5-4. So it's going to be TMP coming to Great Bend next week for the 2-1A state tournament. Ellenwood's season comes to an end. Nice run by the boys, though, and they end up going 1-2 against a very good TMP team this year. State brackets are out. We know who Great Bend will play. How are you 22-6 and you're the number 8 seed? I thought there were some upsets in 5A. I don't know. At least they don't have to play Mays South. They will play Spring Hill, who's the number 1 seed, 11 o'clock next Thursday in Wichita. They're in the same side of the bracket as St. Thomas Aquinas, 23-4, and KC Piper, who's 20-5. The bottom bracket, Mays South, the number 2 seed, 25-3, against Seaman, 22-6. Bishop Carroll, 24-4, against Baser Linwood, 20-5. We'll have Panther softball on B1043 The Point. Hoisington is the number 6 seed at the 3A State Baseball Tournament. They will play at 5:45 next Thursday. They will take on Sabetha, who is 19-5. The teams in their bracket, Heston, 20-4, got one of the best pitchers in the state, so that's good. They didn't run to him in the first round, but they play Hayden in the first round. So Heston against Hayden. And then the top bracket, Wichita Trinity, playing Marysville Burlington against Frontenac. That's 3A baseball. And then here in Great Bend, how about this? This is scary. Pitt Colgan comes in as the number 4 seed, and they're 18-4. I mean, they're my favorite every year, and last year they were the number 8 seed.
With 12 losses, yeah.
So they will be here. First game, 11 o'clock next Thursday at the Sports Complex. Marion, 21-4 against TMP, 20-9. The 115 game, Valley Falls, 19-4 against Medicine Lodge, 14-5. And then at 3:30, Mission Valley, 22-3 against Pratt Skyline. We never had a baseball team.
Where is Eskridge?
Eskridge, Mission Valley. I would say Northeast Kansas.
Think so.
Against Skyline. I wonder if they wear blue jeans and like a Sawyer Co-op T-shirt for their uniforms. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, St. Mary's Colgan, Pitt Colgan, 18-4 against Colony Crest. Okay, there's your matchups. We have swimming updates from the state swim meet in Topeka, Mike Corson.
Yeah, Lady Panthers up there. So top 16 advanced to day 2. Josephine Mazouk is in the 100 freestyle. Emily Hall in the 100 back. And the 200 free and 400 free relays both made it through to day 2.
Well, we don't know if it's consolation finals or the championship finals.
Yeah, they just had one page of diving results up.
Okay.
So I saw some parents post that, so running with it.
Okay, very good. And then track here, we'll get into this with the girls coming up in just a little bit, but Great Bend Lady Panthers, 4 straight regional championships.
Yeah, you can read about it on Great Bend Post. A whole lot of kids got through, 3-4 regional titles with relays, Macy Noctegal. So all those results are up on Great Bend Post with a little maybe backstory.
Okay. This is Mike Corson's season, isn't he? I mean, he is like, He's like a peony plant. You know, this is when he flowers.
He needs more water. Less sun.
Well, then the flowers go away, but you stay green all summer, though, but you don't flower anymore.
Feel some wilting around the edges.
All right, coming up, Brent Biggs on the show today, Connor Nickel, and you're excited about this interview. This race yesterday, you're calling one of the best ones you've ever seen.
That I didn't see. I got to see the video.
Oh, no.
But yeah, historical race, got 4 girls come in under the school record time in the 800, and 2 of them happen to be Great Bend girls. So
right.
obviously a school record.
Sports Day rolling on a Friday after this.
Get ahead or catch up this summer with Barton Online. With 5 convenient sessions to choose from, Barton Online is the perfect fit for your summer goals and budget. At just $155 per credit hour, it's an affordable option for everyone. Financial aid options are available for qualifying students. Now enrolling for all sessions. Get started on your future today. Learn more at online.bartoncccc.edu.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey, we're out here today at Cornerstone Automotive at 4713 8th Street for the Tracks of the Max giveaway presented by Farmers Bank and Trust, Eldridge Fencing, Sutherland's, Ealer Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. We'll be here at Cornerstone from 10 to 5, so hurry out and get registered. Joining me here is Jeremy. So, Jeremy, it's been a long, windy, kind of all over the place weather-wise spring. Going into summer, what should we be looking for on our vehicles?
We just need to make sure that the tires are good, you got good brakes, the AC is nice and cool. A lot of people are going on road trips at this time of year, so it's good to have good AC and know that the tires are in okay shape.
All right, awesome. So come on out, Cornerstone today from 10 to 5, get registered for the Tracks of the Max giveaway presented by Farmers Bank and Trust, Eldridge Fencing, Sutherland's, and Ealer Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Sports Day also brought to you in part by Next Tech Wireless. Experience wireless built by Kansans for Kansas. American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, your certified Cenex lubricant dealer in Great Bend, and by Equity Bank right here beside you. Go to equitybank.com. Joined by the head coach of the Barton Baseball Cougars, Brent Biggs, after his team. Let's see, little 9-8 win yesterday over the Cali Tigers. They play at 4 this afternoon against Johnson County, the only 2 teams that are left unbeaten so far. Coach, thanks for joining us today. How fun was that yesterday? Or was it fun? I don't know. It wasn't fun, then it was fun, wasn't fun, and then it was really fun.
It was a treat. So, I mean, I just kind of like I said yesterday, there's been really good baseball games, in high-level baseball. So it's how it's supposed to go, I guess. It shouldn't be easy, but, yeah, we go in there feeling good in the 8th and lose the lead, and you're down to your last strike and get a base hit. So it was fun, and that one was big time.
Owen Klein. You'll probably remember that hit the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. Like I said yesterday, same thing. He's been one of our most consistent guys. And, we go second and third with 1 out, and we struck out, and it's like, oh, boy. And, you got Owen Klein come to the plate, and you feel pretty good about it. And he took 2 really good swings at the first 2 pitches and then found a way to get it done on the third one. So credit to him, because that guy was throwing gas on the mound, and he's a really good closer and made a good pitch, and Owen put a good swing on it.
A couple guys had to get on in front of him, though, to make that happen. Cole Schieffer and Robbie Boland also with some singles to get on base, so that helped keep that rally going in the bottom of the ninth inning. Yep.
And, it's one of those things, we feel pretty good about ourselves, and first guy of the inning struck out, and it's like, yep, no big deal, you know. And Cole Schiefer's in our 9-hole, and the last 3 weeks he's given us really, really good at bats down there. You know, he hit a ball hard and found a way on, and then, you know, Mr. Reliable Robbie Bullen came up there and got a hit, and you know, it's huge on that. It kind of goes unsung that, you know, Cole Schiefer went first to third on that ground ball, and you know, we got Robbie so we got first and third, and you know, Robbie stole a base, which put the winning run at second base. You know, so there's a lot of things that kind of set it up, and you know, you just play baseball and you continue to be aggressive, and it worked out for us.
What pitch did he hit? Heater?
Yeah, I don't know. I went back and looked. I went back and looked at it, and I don't know. It was down and away.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball or if he tried to throw him a changeup or what it was, but it was down and away, and it was going to be one of those borderline strike balls, and you know, he shot it through the 6th hole.
Then you still had to get through the bottom of the 9th inning, and you were able to do that with your multi-purpose guy.
Yeah, Kyler Horseman, man. He early on he had some struggles on the mound, and he's been really good the last half. And you know, so he hits. He went 3 for 6 for us yesterday, and you know, you put him in, and so we have guys on there in the 9th, and he struck out the top of the 9th, you know, and then he's got to go out there and pitch, and it's like, holy cow, man, it's okay, it's not a big deal, and he was really good yesterday, and that's a good Cali lineup, and you know, there was some swing and miss stuff, and that's as good as I've seen him.
Out hit Cali 14-9, got hits from 8 of your 9 in the lineup. That's the balance I guess you want.
Yep. That's what it takes in this thing. It's got to be everyone contributing, and you know, we out hit them, and we had some opportunities to add on early, and we didn't get it done. You know, and we just kept battling and kept fighting and found a way there at the end.
You've got a 7-4 lead going to the bottom of the 8th inning. They take the lead with a heck of a rally of their own. Do you say anything when do you do a George Patton speech when they come to the dugout? I'm getting ready to bat, go to the top of the 9th inning. I mean, tell me what that dugout was like at that time.
The dugout was good. You know, like I told you yesterday, we're feeling ourselves pretty good right now, and you know, whether we're up or down, I think that, you know, we have a lot of confidence. So I stayed out of it. You know, we had some conversations with some guys coming up, and you know, that was a new arm coming in. So we just kind of gave them a little bit of a game plan, and you know, we have good players, and you just let them go play. And so the more I get involved, usually the worse it goes. So I try and stay out of it.
Talk about your pitching yesterday. Aiden got the start, then Anthony came in after that. Then, of course, we mentioned Hossman coming in to finish it up. But talk about your pitching yesterday. Would you consider that a gutty performance, a grinded-out type of performance by your guys?
I think so. You know, Aiden's been good. You know, the command comes and goes a little bit, and you know, early on, Cali had a chance to have some big innings. You know, because I think they had first and second, no outs, and I think we wiggled out of it and only gave up 1 run, and that's huge. You know, so you know, Aiden battled through 3 and found a way to keep us in it, and then Anthony Trader out of the bullpen was huge. You know, he gave up 1 home run. But he threw 3 innings, and that's exactly what we needed. And, you know, he's another guy that had some early season struggles, and he's been pretty good the last 3 or 4 weeks. And then, you know, we brought in a freshman guy who's had a good year for us, you know, in a tight spot. And, you know, he had trouble finding the zone, and Kyler came in out of the bullpen and picked him up in the middle of an at-bat. The rest is kind of history there. So it was the same thing. He came in with the bases loaded and a 2-0 count and, you know, gave up a couple runs, but gave us exactly what we needed.
Okay, things are getting serious now, Coach. Yeah. 4 o'clock today, you get Johnson County. They beat KCK 7-4. Johnson County's been kind of the show pony for the Region 6 this year. They've been up in the top 5 most of the season. And you get them today at 4 o'clock. Thoughts on taking on Johnson County today?
Yeah, number 1 team in the country, and they're pretty balanced. I mean, obviously, to put together the season they have. So, you know, they have a good arm going today, and, you know, they got some physical guys, but they also play baseball. You know, they're going to steal some bases. They're going to bunt. They're going to put some pressure on you. So, you know, I think if we can just, you know, take outs when they're given and you know, keep them off from having big innings, I think we'll be just fine. But it's the 10 seed in the tournament versus the number 1 team in the country. So, you know, we'll line them up.
Yeah, David and Goliath. Here we go.
I
like. How much is that helping you? You've got another day where you're just going to play 1 game.
I think it's huge. You know, you get in that loser's bracket and you go, you know, because if we would have lost last night and we're playing right now, and if you win, you're playing at 7 p.m. and on a day like today, that 7 p.m. game usually starts about 10 p.m., you know, and it's a lot of baseball packed into 2 days and, you know, one game a day, and as much as you can stay on that winner's side and limit pitchers and, you know, try and stay healthy and fresh, I think that's huge. So last night's victory was huge in a lot of ways.
Who gets the ball to start the game today?
Ethan Mineker, and he's been, you know, pitcher of the week a couple times this year, and freshman left-hander that, you know, has a good changeup, and you know, if he's on, he's going to give us a really good shot. So, you know, we feel pretty good about it.
How much does Brett McBride communicate with the pitching staff? Say, okay, you know, you're the next guy up. I mean, what kind of communication goes on there heading into like the third game of a tournament like this, Brent?
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, you know, obviously we got to figure out who's available, who's not available. You know, and he's with those guys 24/7 pretty much, and you know, he's down the bullpen, he's in the dugout, and you know, it's constant communication, and we always got somebody hot down there, and it's a pretty well-oiled machine most of the time. So, you know, I think this is year 10, so I stay out of the pitching stuff. You know, like I said, the more I stay out of things, the better we are, and you know, he handles them pretty dang well. So
that's the way managers and pitching coaches work best together, isn't it? You just kind of stay out of the other guy's way for the most part. You know, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay out of my kitchen. I can see old Happy McBride saying that all the time. But how fun's it be around this team right now? Pretty locked in bunch of guys.
Locked in. They're feeling confident, and they're a lot to handle for sure. So it's been fun though, man. The bus rides. You know, we're staying about 20 miles away or 20 minutes away, so the bus rides there and back have been pretty darn enjoyable. And just like I said last week, you know, it's being on the bus and being on the road. There's something special about it, and you know, those guys are coming together. And you know, whatever happens, you know, today or tomorrow or down the road, I mean, I think this has been a special run we've been on, and they've really enjoyed it, and it's been a fun time. And you don't always get that at the end, so that's been, you know, one of the biggest things with this group.
Two more.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just easy as that. Just 2 more, Coach. Hey,
that's
Brent,
right.
Brent, thanks a bunch. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Okay, Brent Biggs with us here on Sports Day. Cougars and Johnson County at 4 this afternoon. We'll have more Sports Day coming up right after.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Get the power you need for your farm equipment. The power of peace of mind that dependable Cenex lubricants deliver. With decades of proven off-road performance, backed by the industry-leading Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. Cenex heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic fluids, gear lubricants, and greases are formulated to provide superior protection for load-bearing equipment. The power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
Don't want to be tied down by a wireless contract? Get the service you deserve with Nextech Wireless Advance Pay. There's no contracts and no credit checks. Plus, you can get unlimited talk and text with 22 gigabytes of high-speed data for only $25 a month. Make the switch now and get a device on us. Nextech Wireless. Home on the range.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
It's Friday, and that means game day in the Golden Belt. To help us prime the pump, Sports Day brings you Sunflower Sports Solutions, Connor Nickel.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on a Friday. Thanks for joining us today. It's brought to you in part by Venture Corporation. Remind you to help a neighbor shop local when you can. Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine, get your life back. And Eller Auto Repair, a local mechanic that can help, behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source. Joined now by Connor Nichols, Sunflower Sports Solution. Had to play hurt last week. Talked to you from the hospital in Salina, but hopefully you're feeling better, Connor. You're too busy to have something like that happen to you, you know? I mean, that's a kind of a pain in the neck, isn't it? What's happening, body? Come on, I got too many things going on right now.
You're exactly right. I think I've said that expression about 10 times here. First time in the ER in 25 years, and hopefully the last time.
All right. Well, good to have you at well, maybe not 100%, but we'll take 90 or anything like that. We've got a lot of things to hit on, and postseason is here. State tournaments coming up for baseball and softball. I guess anything impressions that stands out for you from the regionals that just got, for the most part, done yesterday?
Yes, the major thing that Holcomb pitcher Curran Johnson, who was going to go to Fort Hays State, broke the all-time, all-classes career strikeout record last night. She went over 870 in her career. That was a record that was considered to be relatively untouchable. Taylor Compton, the Southeast Kansas pitcher who played Power 5 Division I ball back about 10 years ago, set that. And it was really cool. I've gotten to know Johnson very well and her dad the last couple of years. And I said, I think you're going to break it. Call me whenever you have a chance on Thursday night. Well, they beat rival Cimarron on a walk-off extra inning bunt. And she called me at 11:30 last night. And that was just really cool. I said, I don't need much time. And so that story will be up today. I did have a story on 3A softball that went up earlier this week about all of those great players in that class. But I really wanted to hit on first that the best softball team I've seen this year, the best softball pitcher I've seen is Johnson. Best softball team I've seen this year is Great Bend. And congratulations for those Panthers to qualify 22-6 to beat two quality teams. That's really a great showing.
All right, and we'll talk about the Panthers here in just a moment. I'll talk about the Holcomb young lady because we've had this discussion with Carrie Minton with some of the offensive numbers their team has put up this year. And I'm not trying to take anything away, but this is kind of like, okay, we've got all these Major League hallowed baseball records, right? And then all of a sudden Major League Baseball comes in and said, okay, we're going to go to a 172-game schedule or a 170-game schedule. What do you do with the records that have been there for a long time? Like you said, that strikeout record's been there for a long time. But probably Holcomb, she had more innings, more chances to run up strikeouts, right?
Well,
I mean, what do you do with that?
I'm going to answer this in two parts. You raise a great question. With Johnson and Compton, so Compton, their school went to state all 4 years. She played in roughly 100-ish games.
Okay.
Now, Holcomb has only gone to state once. They are the last undefeated team in Kansas this year. So if you compare Johnson and Compton as far as innings, they're pretty much the same.
Okay, so those, okay.
Now, with that aside, yes, I completely agree that a lot of records this year are going to fall. I know for TMP, the single-season RBI record has already fallen. Now, that record was set in a year when TMP played 26 games. Right now you're at 27, 28 games. So I think that some of those things could definitely be looked at, but I think some of those total team records, I mean, Steve-O, you and I have had years, we know, where there's been rainouts.
Yeah.
You've only got in like 17 games. Most everybody is up around 25 plus this year.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of those, and then do you even want to have two sets of records?
Right.
Of course, the people that hold those records probably said, we need to have two sets of records. But it's kind of like the state track meet records. You have those pictures of, the 440. That's the best thing about it is because Nolan Cromwell's picture will never be removed from the state track and field, record book because he ran the 440. It's not a 400 anymore. But it's, I don't know. Great Bend's going to, as you mentioned, the Lady Panthers have set some offensive records this year, and they're going to continue to add to them. You called them the best softball team you've seen play all year. That's pretty good because, they split with Hayes or Hayes took two from them. So why'd you say that?
Well, just their balance. I mean, up and down. And again, I followed some of the regionals, specifically the Goddard game. Prendergast just really threw well. There was some tough moments there in the game, but you're in a regional with Valley Center, who's won back-to-back 5A state titles, and you're in regional with Goddard. And Goddard has historically been a top 4 team. I think they've had 3 or 4 top 4 finishes in the last decade. Now, those two teams may not be what they were, but still, I mean, Valley Center still has some real studs. And for Great Bend to hold off Newton, who always seems to kind of pull an upset every couple of years, and then obviously to beat Goddard, in softball type scores. You look at 5A West and the amount of 3-1, 6-3 type of games, and these are true softball, 4-0, 6-3, 2-1, 5-3, or your regional finals for 5A West. And that is good softball. You had a 1-0 game when Goddard upset Valley Center. I think that a Great Bend as far as balance, and I'm not surprised they broke all these records because they have some great hitters. And again, the balance in the lineup is what separates them from some other teams. Have I seen better pitchers this year? Certainly with Johnson, yes. But Great Bend has all of the pieces.
So what's that 5A? We haven't seen the bracket released yet like we have for baseball. We'll talk with at least 3A baseball. We'll talk Houston here in just a moment. But what about some of the teams that qualified in 5A? There were some upsets.
Yes, there were. I think the May South for sure is got to be your favorite. 25-3. They have the exceptional pitcher. Last year they were the only team to beat Valley Center when Valley Center had those 8 collegiate signees. May South had been pointing to this season for quite some time. I really think May South has got to be your number one favorite. Spring Hill consistently has superb pitching. They get a lot of kids into that really good travel ball league in the summer with the Casey Peppers. I believe they have a Division I player on their team, a Central Arkansas commit. And then Baser. Baser has historically been really good. They had, I think, 3 Power 5 kids last year. For them to sneak through, the regional was not overly challenging. But I would say that May South is definitely your favorite. But if you're Great Bend, I mean, you have to think, we can really play 3 games this week.
All right, let's go to 3A baseball. Hoisington will play at 5:45 coming up next week at the State Thursday in Manhattan. They will take on Sabetha, a team that's 19-5. And that's the thing, Hoisington got fire late, so that means your seed isn't going to be as good possibly. They're in the same bracket as Heston and Topeka Hayden, who's 15-12, but just throw their record out, just kind of like Pitt Colgan in 2-1A every year. Thoughts on the 3A bracket right now for the Hoisington Cardinals, who are white hot right now?
Yes, and I want to say this too is, Hoisington is the prime example. We've seen this in multiple regionals this year. I can name 5 at the top of my head right now, where number 1 seed, number 2 seed come in with weaker records, not strong strength of schedule, and you get beat. And Hoisington, with Tony Moore leading the way, I completely agree with what Coach Baird said earlier this week. That guy deserves to play college sports somewhere. I mean, when you look at the top 10 athletes this year in the state of Kansas in terms of decorations and multiple sports on the boys' side, Tony Moore's in that. I mean, Tony Moore could be in a strong contention for 3A POI, but what a run Hoisington has done. Sabetha has historically in baseball been very, very good. They won a couple of state championships a couple of years back. But the big thing I want to take away from 3A is you're avoiding Heston. So Heston has the odds-on favorite for 3A POI. He is going to Nebraska. Very, very good pitcher, but striking out almost 2 batters per inning. maybe the best overall pitcher in Kansas. He is an exceptional arm, and it was going to be real interesting to see when Heston was going to use him. McPherson did this 2 years ago, or even last year, where they used their ace for 45 pitches. They got a lead, pulled him, brought him back, did some of those things. But it's going to be really interesting to see how Heston uses their ace, because if he's burned against Seaman, who of course is normally very, very good, then that against Hayden, then that really would kind of change things for Hoisington if they can get past the first round.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like when you go to 2-1A and you're the number 1 seed and you're all really happy, and then you look and you get the 8th seed, Pitt Colgan. That I would not want to run into Hayden in the first round. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. What do you think? I mean, can Hoisington win this thing, get to the second round? I mean, what do you think going in about this team? I mean, they are hot.
Yes, and it's Whit Rhodes, the Heston pitcher. He's pitched over 90. His dad has coached Heston basketball in the past. And so, yeah, Whit Rhodes is the pitcher for Heston. Exceptional arm. Yes, I think Hoisington can definitely get it through. If they were facing Hoisington, or really even Trinity Academy, who is a really good team, they would definitely be the underdog. But I think you go into this with how well Hoisington's playing, and again, the schedule they have played has really, really helped them for this.
Connor, we really appreciate it, and I know that you're going to have fun next week because you're going to Pratt for 2-1 softball.
We are. And our TMP girls, we have 5 freshmen who start. We have 1 senior, our second baseman. Our second baseman, our shortstop, should probably be first-team All-State kids. They've had unbelievable years, but our freshman pitcher threw a no-hitter in the semifinals. And so TMP back to state for the first time 6-7 years, and it's been a really, really, really fun year.
Okay, like I told you, hey, we'll get the whole team tickets to the Iuka Hustlers. They're home next week, so we'll get you close right down to the action. Okay.
Hey, certainly, Steve-O. Hey, thanks so much.
The former manager of the Logan Turbines. See, I still remember.
That's right. Not a good season.
That's all right. That's all right. Okay, Connor Nickel with us, the one and only, with us here on the show, and Connor will be back on Friday. We'll get to talk about some of the day ones of the state tournament. Our show today brought to you by Equity Bank. More than 40 locations in Kansas, including Great Bend, Larned, Maxville, and St. John. EquityBank.com. Helping to bring you Sports Day here today. Connor Nichols, Sunflower Sports Solutions.
More
Sports Day coming up.
Catch up this summer with Barton Online. With 5 convenient sessions to choose from, Barton Online is the perfect fit for your summer goals and budget. At just $155 per credit hour, it's an affordable option for everyone. Financial aid options are available for qualifying students. Now enrolling for all sessions. Get started on your future today. Learn more at online.bartoncccc.edu.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
There's nothing like A-STEM therapy. This is Tim Marcus from Progressive Physical Therapy in Hayes. Research shows that A-STEM therapy improves muscle performance and neural functioning. It's highly effective for those dealing with tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, sports injuries, and general aches and pains.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson, joined today by one of the greatest racers we've ever seen yesterday at the regional. Senior Eliana Beckham, sophomore Reese Bullard. Congratulations, girls. Both come in under a 32-year-old school record time in the 800-meter run. Congratulations, girls. How'd you do it? 32-year-old school record time. Eliana?
Went out super confident. Told ourselves that we were 100% going to get it. I mean, these last like 4 races we've been working for it, and so
we're going to do a little bit of setting this up. So school record, Nikki Poole, 1992 was 2:19:03. You've ran a personal best recently in the 2:20s. Reese, you were clear down at 2:25, but we also knew in this race there was a good Salina South girl, and obviously the freshman Kaylee Schultz from Salina Central. Maybe you could push for a record, but just obviously top 4 going to state. What were your expectations going in, Eliana?
My expectations were honestly, like, I was okay with second, but I really was hoping that my senior year I could get first. And so I just wanted to go out and be confident and not let, like, and so I just wanted to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Reese, so you come in at 2:25. I don't know. So I don't know if you were on the bubble or not, but given what you did and how close it was, it tells me you were on the bubble. What were your expectations coming in?
I knew I had more in me than a 2:25, but it's more or less going out there and proving that. And like working with Eliana and fighting for it together, we both went out and said we want to prove that we can do this. So it was kind of just like us together, and then got up there.
So let's go through the race. Good video of it. So you guys were actually in the lead. I mean, I'm telling you, Schultz, if you don't know, Schultz is a premier distance runner, number 13 all-time in the 3,200 already. Not quite that good in the 8, but she's very good in, you guys were in the lead, I think, probably for at least up to the 600 point. Surprised that she was running behind you? At least up to the 600 point.
Yes, I think that, like the last 400, I don't think I really got too cocky, but like it almost felt like we were slowing down and I really wanted the record. And so I just decided to go in front, and then she had a kick at the end that I didn't necessarily, that neither of us necessarily had. So
and she did. She kind of floored around the last 200, really came out and beat you guys by about second and a half, 2 seconds, but she's really good. So Reese, you're hanging out, you're a 225 kid. Eliana's pushing for the record, which we know now is under 219. How are your legs into those last 200-300 meters?
I feel like, personally as a runner, I like the kick at the end better. I feel like I normally do better in that. So it's kind of different to go out faster and like feel that kick farther, like in more of the race than just the end. So it was kind of cool to go out with Eliana and see what I had left in me.
So then Schultz does eventually pass you guys. Obviously top 4 going to state. Any worries when she did that?
We were kind of in a group of 4 the whole race.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a safety thing. Kind of felt like we were safe in that group of 4. We all just wanted it really bad.
And so, yeah, so obviously if top 4 are going to go, she passes you, she's out of the question. So places 2, 3, and 4 were decided by a 1/10 of a second. Did you have any idea that maybe not a 5th runner was back there? It was just you 4?
I personally was scared, so I was just running for my life. I was like, I got to get there.
And Eliana, you've excelled as a 400 kid. You've been on the relays, the 800. What's it like to have that record now?
It feels amazing. It feels like, I mean, I've been working. I mean, at first I thought the record was 2:10, so I never thought that would even be in question that I could get that. And so then when I found that I could this season, that it was just something that was like, oh, wow, that would be great to go out with my senior year.
And some clarification on that, there's various record sheets. So that it was listed at 2:10. But 2:10 would put you like top 5 all time, and none of the history books have that race. And so there's another sheet of records that says 2:19:03, and the 1992 season was the record. Thus, that was just kind of fixed recently, but definitely made it more in your wheelhouse. So you run that rate. What's the pain level for both of you like after push, especially cutting? You just cannot believe 8 seconds in a 2-lap race. What was the pain level like after?
I was dead, but
yeah, you don't really realize how much pain you're in until you're done.
Yeah,
because you finish and it's like the world is over. But it was fun going out there and running so hard and feeling so good about yourself. So.
Talking to Lady Panther Tracksters, senior Eliana Beckham, sophomore Reese Bullard. Both of them come under the school record time in the 800. And no, you were not dead because Salina Central they're only trailing by half a point going into the final race, the 4x4, which you're both in. And they're really not competitive, so really all you got to do is get a point. But You cut like 6 seconds off in that race. What was the mindset going into that 4x4?
Honestly, my mindset was, let's just beat him by a little bit. I was like, I don't know.
4x4 is my favorite event.
Me too.
I would say it's the least stressful for me. I have the most fun with it. So we both went out and said, let's just run this and have fun, and it paid off. So
yeah.
And so obviously the 4x8, you guys were part of that, set the school record earlier at 9:39. Didn't need that yesterday and still crushed it. But now you're 4x4 state champion 2 years ago. What's a 404 this late in the season mean going into next week?
We're actually ranked 3rd now. And I think, is that correct? I mean, that's what Ashley told us this morning, but
It's hard. There was a lot of good times yesterday, so it's kind of based off of last week, but definitely jumped up several spots.
yeah. I'm really excited for state in the 4x4. I mean, 3 of us are seniors, and we all want to go out and just work our absolute hardest and show ourselves that we are the seniors and we want to leaving an impact. So,
and maybe you can speak to this because there's some people in the field and whatnot, but it was questionable whether Great Bend was going to win their 4th straight regional title yesterday. Kids stepped up across the board. What does that mean as a team going into Wichita next week?
I feel like it definitely higher the morale. We all go into it like much more happy, excited, and with our heads higher than before. So I think it's a good thing.
And confident in each other that we can all do this. And yeah, because I don't think any of us thought that we were going to get first either. Like, so.
And so the 4x8, you guys set the school record with some kids that might not even run at state, and probably Addie Nicholson's hanging out in the wings there. What's the expectation for that 4x8?
We have some plans in mind.
Yeah.
But we're just going to run hard.
Yep.
And so, and on that note, 4x4, 4x8, 8, 16, 32, just absolutely nuts at the top end in Class 5A last year. Any intimidation factor, any of these races at this point?
No, we're just going to go out there and have the best time of our lives. I mean, a lot of us, it's our senior year, and we just want to prove ourselves one last time. So
I'm just happy to be here.
And I want to throw this one out because I looked at the forecast. It's looking like about 81 low winds for state meet, kind of just like what you had yesterday. Think that'll be fun for you guys to run in those conditions?
Oh, yeah.
I love when it's hot, so it's fine with me.
Excellent. Senior Eliana Beckham, Reese Bullard, regional champions in the 4x4, the 4x8, and state qualifiers in the 800, and they came in under a 32-year-old school record time on that. Congratulations and good luck next week.
Thank you so much.
More Sports Day after this.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Amy Herrera, Regional Retail Manager for your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many people navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you how we're committed to serving you in our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Are you a Class A CDL driver looking for a new opportunity? Venture Corporation is looking to hire several current valid Class A CDL drivers. And here are some great facts about driving for Venture Corporation that you will definitely enjoy. Higher pay, even higher pay if you have a hazmat endorsement. You'll be driving nice trucks, have more flexible hours, home most nights, and seldom any weekend work. Ready to team up with a homegrown, family-owned and local company? Don't wait. Call Leslie at Venture Corporation today.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back, Sports Day here on a Friday. You know, Hesh, we're on the home stretch of sports days.
I counted them up. There was like 8 days left.
Well, I'm not working on Saturday or Sunday, but
actual shows.
Yeah, you've got 6 because next week we'll be here.
Okay, we're down to 6 then. Yes,
and then we'll have a final wrap-up show on May 28th, and then we go into summer break. Then the next time we're going to be talking about football season. How about that? Wow. You always notice these baseball tournaments, 8-team double elimination tournaments, and the first games are, 4-3, 6-1, game scores like that, and then the further you go. Okay, here's an update from the Region 6 tournament. This is a consolation game. They are in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is a loser goes home. Cowley is leading Butler 16-15.
Well, you start going through pitching.
Yes, you
get to that 3rd and 4th string pitcher, you're in trouble.
That's why you want to be where Barton's at.
You got to
right
be
now.
in that winner's bracket, no question.
Yep. So the winner of that game then's going to have to turn around tonight, and they will play at 7 against the winner of the KCK Hutch game. That's going to be played at 1 o'clock. So here's what's there for Barton right now. The Cougars going against the number 1 ranked team in the country, Johnson County, at 4. If Barton wins that, they would be 1 win away from going to the World Series out in Grand Junction, Colorado for just the second time in school history. And that would be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Now, and then you'd have 2 chances to, because if you lost, then you would come back and play on Sunday with another chance. And you still got Reese Himmerling, and if you wanted to save him till Sunday and where he'd be fully rested, you'd have him. That's why today is huge.
Would you do that if you won? Would you rest him? Would you wait till Sunday? Or?
I'd rather have him fully rested, wouldn't you, instead of going out, unless you wanted to go for the kill and at that point, but if you didn't think he'd go the entire way. But that's the option you have. I don't think, if the Cougars lose, then they would have to come back tomorrow and play at 1 o'clock.
Correct.
Against either Butler or Cowley or KCK and Hutch. That's what's ahead of those teams. They've got some baseball to play if they want to. I've seen teams do it, but you get in and then you start having some games like that where it's 16-15, Cowley leading Butler right now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cool stuff for Barton baseball.
And you're just using up more pitching.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you win at 16-13, man, you're going through your staff.
I don't know. Maybe you're using position players right now. I don't know. Hey, Royals baseball tonight. Hesh is the stock market is down today as Hesh's confidence level, he's selling today.
There is a correction coming.
This is okay, but this is one if it's the good Royals, you come into a series like this, and you've got Oakland in town who's just been struggling. I mean, Oakland's played over their head so far this year. You go in and you wipe them out this series.
Oh, I agree.
At least take 2 or 3.
You got to take 2 or 3.
You got to take 2 or 3, right? And then you've got the Tigers coming in to Kauffman Stadium starting next Monday. Now, Detroit, I mean, they're playing pretty good baseball right now.
But they've kind of been struggling, too, here of late.
Yeah, okay. But wouldn't it be like the Royals of old to go in there and drop 2 or 3 to the Athletics?
If not get swept.
Okay, Dr. Doom is starting to come across here on me right now. Okay. Now, Royals need to take care of business. 6 o'clock tonight for the broadcast, 5:30 tomorrow, and then 12:30 on Saturday. We'll have Major League Baseball, the Padres and Braves, Sunday night baseball for you, and that'll come your way at 5 following Royals baseball on Sunday. All right. Next week's going to be fun. We're going to have Hoist and baseball here. We're going to get in studio. We'll have Great Bend Panther softball. Hopefully we're talking to Brett Biggs, and he's got some players in there talking about going to the World Series next week, too. So,
been a great year for BCC.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you.